All right, what, Mom?
Okay, you weren't even born yet. And we did that early pregnancy test at home. So I said, okay, I'm pregnant. So meantime, I go to the doctors to have an examination for the very first time at Miami Heart Institution, where you were born on 41st Street. And they told me that you were a boy. So I went out and bought light blue and white and yellow, and all I had pink was those shoes. And you came out, and they said, it's a girl. And I go, just my tears just ran down my face. I said, get out of here. I said, that's really what I wanted. I have a boy already. And your father swore up and down that he wasn't going to be around. He was around all through my pregnancy. He'd call me up and take me out on Friday nights and Saturday nights. We'd have weekends together. And we're at the house.
While you're pregnant?
While I was pregnant.
Okay.
But he lived somewhere else, and I lived on Collins Avenue in a high-rise where you could sit on the couch and see the ocean. And down on the corner, about 200 feet, you saw my Denny's. I could never take or skip work or anything because they could see me coming and going out of the building. So anyway, I was living in an apartment and the lease was going to be up. And I told your daddy, I said, now you sure you don't want to be with me? He said, I don't know, man. I said, what do you mean you don't know? I said, I'm going to sign a new lease here, which is going to stick me here for another year. But I'm not going to sign for a year. I'm going to sign for 2 years so the rent doesn't go up. He came the next night and he said, you know what? I'm never going to know if I don't try. So we're moving into the apartment. You were born 22 days early. 22. We're moving into the apartment, and I'm in the bedroom.
So what was the date that I was expected to be due?
You were expected to be due. You were 2 weeks early. So you were born on the 26th.
I don't know. I was just curious.
14.
Two weeks is 14, Mom. Never mind. But I'm 22 days for sure?
Yeah, 22 days. So we're in the house, me and Terry and your dad, and Terry's 12. He's 12 years old. When I found out I was pregnant with you, I realized this is going to affect this child too. So I sat him down like he was a young man. I said, it's just you and me, kid. And he says, it always works. And I said, yep, sure does. Now, Mommy wants to have another baby. What do you think about that? He said, really? He said, really? And I said, you got to realize this is going to take a little bit away from you. You know, like buying him things and stuff like that. And which it never did. But anyway, so I was at Terrytown like he was the decision maker. You know, if you wanted to have another child in the house and help out a little bit, Mommy, you know. And he said he was happy to death that you were born. Well, I had my first appointment at Miami Heart Institution on 41st Street in Miami Beach, Florida. And I come out and Fernando's waiting for me. And he's got that pair of those shoes in a little box. He said, you're going to have a girl. I said, they told me it's a boy. He said, you mark my words, you're going to have a girl. And your dad said he wasn't going to be around. He wasn't going to do this. He wasn't going to do that. He was right there when you came out. And they said, would you like to cut the umbilical cord? He was like, yeah.
He did?
He did. He cut your umbilical cord. And then your brother, bless his heart, your dad slept at the hospital with me that night in a big lazy boy chair. He said, I got to go to work. He left like 5:30 in the morning. So about 8:30, 8:45, here comes your brother. It's like this. I said, baby, how did you get all the way up here? He said, I rode my bike. He rode his bike from like 13th Street to 41st and over. So to the hospital, long hike. So I said, you're supposed to be in school. He said, I ain't going to school till I see my little sister. So when you were born, I have the picture somewhere. You weren't a really pretty baby when you were born.
I know. I
You
think
were-
I remember those pictures.
Oh, but then as you started growing, we'd put a little pigtail up here, and your grandma Candy and I just loved to dress you up. We loved it. We went into Babies R Us, and your dad was waiting for us in the car. And he came in and said, "What are you guys doing?" We were buying you little Nikes and freaking you name it in the cart. Ping, 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 ping. And we get in the line and we go to pay, and we only got $150 between us. We spent $300. We said, Grandma Candy said, "Jeff, come here." I said, "Give your mother $150. I'll give it back to you." He was like, gave it to us. Went to Babies R Us, and you're 2 months old, and bought you $300 worth of clothes.
Wow.
And we dress you up. And everywhere I'd go, they'd say, "That's the prettiest baby. She is so pretty." And you were little. You were just smart. And everything was in it. And you say, I said, "What did you do, Trina?" "I pulled it. I felted it. I did it." It was the thing with you. And I say Terry, Trina. Say T. I said, "Trina." And you could say Mommy and Daddy and Milk. And I said, "Say Terry. T." I said, "Say Johnny. Johnny. Jojo." So you named Terry T. And you named Johnny his best friend that he grew up with.
Jojo.
Jojo. And then that stupid pacifier. You just love that thing. And you called that a Momo. I said, "Where did she ever get this idea of Momo?" Well, if you didn't have a Momo, nobody's sleeping. Nobody's doing anything except looking for your Momo. You love Momo so much. Mommy would clip one on you. You have one in your mouth and one in each hand. Everywhere you'd go. And you take this one out and put that one in and just kind of juggling Momos. And we had to take the Momo away. And you knew what a Barbie was. I gave you a Barbie. I said, "Her name is Barbie." You said, "I like Barbie." I said, "You like it?" I said, "Well, we got to get rid of that Momo." I said, "Barbie's, you too big for Momo now." So we went over the garbage. You went around the house and picked up all the Momos and threw them in the garbage and said, "Oh, where's my Barbie?" Give you the Barbie. And you were Momo crazy. And your brother was just insane in love with you. You were 10 months old, man. He's dressing you like a little hip-hopper and stuff. The girl, baggy clothes and little sports outfits, the dolphins. And he'd take you around. He said, "She's a girl catcher." He said they all stopped me and say, "Oh, she's so cute, and she's a girl catcher for me, Mommy." What else can I tell you? You were 3 years old. You got a tricycle. I'd have thought, "Oh, she's not going to be able to do it." You went on that thing. You were just all over the place. We lived on the water, and you're riding down the trail. And I have a picture of you. There was a Coca-Cola machine there, lit up at night. And I said, "Trina, stand by the Coca-Cola machine." And you go, you lean against it, and I have a picture of that, of you standing by that Coca-Cola machine. And you loved the water from the minute you were born. I took you in the pool, and you just loved it. Even as a newborn, I took you in 3 and 4 months old. Loved the water. Loved it. Get in the bath. I'd say, "Come on, we're going to take a shower." "No, I want a bath." So we'd make you a bath, bubble bath. And what else? You were the cutest kitty cat you ever saw in your life. I put little black socks on your arms, a black tutu, black leotards, little black shoes, and your hair up in ribbons with black ribbons. And you won the contest at Denny's for the cutest costume. And then Halloween, you went to Denny's and wore the little Denny's uniform and got put in the Denny's newsletter. What else can I tell you about you? Loved animals ever since you were little, especially cats. And you say, you got a big scratch on you one day. I said, "Trina, what happened to your arm?" "The cat." I said, "What did you do to that cat?" You said, "I pulled at his tail." And I have a picture of you sitting in a chair and that cat's trying to get at you and you're like, you won't let him go. You did the same thing to Prissy. Prissy would just run. You'd hit the room and she'd jet. Because you'd just grab her and pick her up. And just, she wasn't getting away from you. It was cute. And then you grew to be 11. And you liked Britney Spears and NSYNC. Your entire bedroom was Britney Spears and NSYNC. You had all the puppeteer dolls. If you had those now, they'd be worth a fortune. You had a Britney Spears cardboard that stood there, and she's standing there with a Pepsi in her hand. What else? Taught me not to smoke in the car with you. You told me one day, you're like 14, I guess, going to high school and learning American Sign Language. And you said, Mommy, I have something to tell you. You can't smoke with me in the car anymore. I said, why, baby? And you said, people say I smell like smoke. I never smoked in the car with you again, ever. Or in the car while I was in the car, because it's secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
What else can I tell you? And your daddy was so fine, man. I remember the first time I laid eyes on him. He was with this girl that used to be my friend.
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend. And she went and told him, I got this girl. Man, you got to see her. She's so fucking fine. Her name is Lisa. She's my neighbor. So, I lived on the 8th floor, and I had a telephone that was a high heel. I had a 15-foot cord that dropped down to the pool. I'd be there with my boom box and my suntan oil, my fine body in the sun, and my sun in getting blonde, and
Your telephone?
my telephone sitting there next to me. And I'm laying there, and I hear Lisa, and I go, and I look over, and it's Michelle. And then I look over again, and I go, and I turn my head the opposite way. I said, oh my God, I'm not pretty enough for him to even look at me. And I turned over and looked back at him and he said, hi, I'm Jeff. I was like, hi. Just melting in my shoes. I had a boyfriend for 5 years. And Jeff, your father, called me up and said, would you like to go to lunch? I said, I'd love to go to lunch, but we need to go to the mall. Because I have to buy something to count for where I've been. So we go to the mall, we spend like 20 bucks. We come back, and one day Michelle comes and tells me that she wants to talk to me, and I said, well, good, I need to talk to you. I need a friend. I want to break up with Ricky, and I don't know how to do it, and this and that. And I go over to your dad's house, and she jumps my bones. She's all over me in front of your dad. I'm like, oh my God. So I said, stop. So she went and laid down on the bed. She went, bam, passed out. Left me and your dad sitting there. Your dad sat there and drank, and I sat there and smoked pot. And I didn't go home for 5 days. Your grandma Esther lived with me and Terry Lee. She calls me up and says, you cannot leave me here with Ricky. She said, you need to come home. I said, I'll be home. I come home, Ricky's gone. He busted all my stuff, my vanity, everything materialistic that I loved. Cut Madonna's head off. What else? Went in the closet, burned dresses, and I said, I see all the glass, but where is the stuff? I opened up the patio, got a patio 7 feet long, and there it is, all on the patio. I was like, God damn it. Your dad goes, you deserve that. He said, 5 years, you deserve that. And then I had Ricky call me up when I was like 3 months pregnant or 4 months pregnant with you, and he wanted to see me. And I was living with your dad at the hotel. I was staying with your dad and then going home, and staying with your dad and then going home. And then when on my days off, I'd go crawl holes with your dad while I was pregnant with you. And every bump, I'd go, just bumping along. So, I was very pretty pregnant with you. Everybody said, you're just glowing. And I go, yeah, look, I'm fat. And they go, it's beautiful on you. And the manager would say, come here, Lisa. I'd come over to the manager, and he'd say, put your back to me. And I'd put my back to him. And he said, now turn around. And I'd turn around. He said, can you believe she's 6 months pregnant?